Hey everybody, this is Kristen from Christopia Studios. I decided to do a bottle bottom pour recently, and I didn't want any cells, so there was no silicone in these colors. This particular bottle had 5 channels for the paint to pour over. I have no idea why I decided on the colors that I decided for this pour, but they did turn out to look a bit bright and cartoony, kind of like an animator's panel. Not that I dislike that, but I did not like it at first. So I'm going to go ahead and let you view this at higher speed. And but the colors I chose were white, a turquoise that I made myself, a sapphire blue, black, and a very light purple. And so I just wanted to do kind of a really cool, bright colors. I was thinking peacock colors, but it didn't look very peacocky when I finished. So I will let you view this, and when I come back, I'll tell you what I plan on doing with this pour. One thing I would like to stress is that when you are pouring like this, a bottle bottom pour, and you want your sides to remain kind of symmetrical, make sure your canvas is level. My canvas was not very level as I was pouring, and I kept having to turn it because it kept wanting to pour off toward one side. And one of the other things I'm noticing too is that that very light purple is just disappearing. It's just disappearing underneath the rest of the paint. That paint seemed a little bit thinner coming out of the bottle, and it just sank. I don't know what happened, but it just went under, leaving that darker purple to become really dominant as I poured and tried to move this paint around a little bit. No matter how much of that lighter colored purple I used, it just was not going to stick around. Much of the other paint didn't want to stick around either. That turquoise also just became very thin. I'm not sure what happened, but knowing myself and knowing that bottle bottom pours are not usually my forte, I just thought I'm going to run with it. I'm going to tilt the canvas a little bit and try to get those colors moved around a little more, but I want to keep the shape of those petals. It looks like the flowery shape. Not sure that's going to happen the way my paint textures are so much different from one another. And see, it's already distorting. Just by barely moving it, it's starting to distort. So I'm going to take a little stick and I'm going to try to draw a little bit of a design in there, try to get a little bit of movement going on. I've already decided this is not going to be one of those beautiful pours that people are just like, oh, this is great. So I'm going to make it more whimsical and more like an animation of some kind. Why not? You know, might as well go with the flow. If you do a bad pour like this, a lot of people are just like, oh, this is horrible, I'm just going to scrape it. I just can't bring myself to waste paint like that. I don't know. I just can't. So I will do everything in my power to attempt to make this into something. I'm going to use my little palette knife. I'm going to pour a little bit of lines in there to make it look filigreed. I just want this picture to succeed. And I already know, like I said, that it's going to be more of a fantasy art or cartoony kind of result. So I'm just going to go with it and start making cartoony kind of lines and things in there, just to enhance that strange, surreal kind of look that's going on here. And just to make it even more cartoonish at this point of the day. But the problem is, again, when you're doing things like this and you end up with a result that you find kind of fun, make sure your canvas is level. Because if you walk away for 20 minutes and come back to a canvas that's not level, especially a canvas that's got as much paint on it as this did, it's not going to end up looking like this. So I'll show you a picture of part of the end result, but for the next time I'll show you what I did with it. It really turned out to be a fun project in the end. So anyway, if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up down below. And if you want notifications of when my next video comes up to show you the results of this, hit that little bell down below. I'm glad you stuck with me and hung around while you watched this crazy little surreal art, and I hope to see you soon.